guys, my name is David with MediaLock.net, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Haida 77mm ND lens filters. And I might be pronouncing their name right. I believe it's called Haida. And I'll pop up their name right here so you guys can actually read it if I'm pronouncing that wrong. So they sent me out an actual kit. I gave them an email and asked them if they'd be mind sending me out a kit. I was really getting into time-lapse photography, which ND filters are great for when it comes to time-lapse photography, as well as I was doing some other shots in very bright situations where I need low shutter speeds. So I needed something to cut down the light, and that's what ND filters do. And we'll kind of dive into that a tad bit more here in a minute. So they sent me out their actually the little 77mm set, which is awesome. It comes with a 0.9 8x filter, as well as a 64x 1.8 and a 3.0 1000x filter. So like a day like today, if I need a really low shutter speed, as you guys can see the lighting that's on me right now, I probably would use the 64x, the 1.8 ND, or the ND0.9 8x filter, because I probably wouldn't need to bring the lighting down that much because it's not a super bright day. So what is an ND filter? What an ND filter is it's a filter that you put on the front of your lens. You screw it in, and it can actually cut down the light. Say you are going hiking and you want to get a shot of a waterfall. Let's say you're getting a shot of a waterfall and you need a really low shutter speed, because what that will do by dropping your shutter speed, allow that waterfall to come almost look like kind of a super blurry, but everything else will be in focus. Of course, you're going to need to have your camera on a tripod and a way to steady it because you're using a really low shutter speed. So you bring your f-stop all the way up to f22, you get your ISO down all the way to 100, and then you drop your shutter speed down to, let's say, you need a good 5 seconds to really get that nice blurred kind of stream effect. That's just beautiful when you take a low shutter speed waterfall picture. If you guys don't know, if you guys don't really understand everything I'm explaining, you can go search Google, and people will give you an explanation of how to get that slow streaming waterfall kind of blurred shot with everything very in focus around it. So you drop it down to 5 seconds, and you realize your shot is completely blown out. So what do? Well, you can't get the shot that you need because you've got your ISO as low as possible, so it's allowing as little light as possible in. You've got your f-stop as high as possible, so again, it's only allowing the smallest amount of light that it can allow in. So what do? You actually get what's called an ND filter. An ND filter gets screwed into the top of the front of your lens, and it will actually darken your shot. So once your shot has been darkened, then you can get the shot that you need. And like I said, we've got 3 different densities here as far as the darkness goes, as far as how dense the actual coating is on the filter, and that's how you would bring your shot down. So anyways, so that's exactly what an ND filter does. It allows for you to get your shot to bring down the light in the shot so that you can get the properly exposed shot if you're using a really low shutter speed. And there's other circumstances that you would need it as well. But mainly what it comes down to is if you need to darken your shot, then this is going to help you. As well, it kind of gives your shot, I don't know, a little bit better of like a kick far as the quality. So I usually try to always use an ND filter because I think that it helps the shot. Maybe makes it more vibrant. I don't know, just a tad bit. It's not a lot. It's very, 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 very small amount. But I like having an ND filter on all lenses at all times, if possible, to get that, I don't know, a little bit better picture quality. So I really like having these on my lens at all times, unless it's just too dark and I need to really brighten up my shot. And, of course, I can't have this on here. So. So that's kind of what an ND filter is. So now we're going to dive into what exactly are you looking for, like far as quality goes in an ND filter, because you can get ND filters from $10 all the way up to $150, $200 for one single filter. Now your $10 filters are going to come with probably a single coat, maybe a multi-coat. If they're a multi-coat for under probably $40, then that means they put 2 really, really thin single coats on to multi-coat it. So the quality, pretty much most ND filters under the $30 range, especially the $8, $10, $15 ones, are not going to be that good. The quality is, if anything, it might hinder the quality. So when it comes to your camera, you want to get the best glass possible. The best lens. Usually that's your respected camera company, Canon, Nikon. preferably I like to have all L lenses for my Canon camera, because those are going to be some of the nicest glass out there, right? Well, it's the same thing with filters. You want to get really good glass when it comes to your filters. So on top of that, you want a company that's going to put down a good solid coat on your lens filter. So like I said, these under $30 filters, and there are a few of them that are like $20, $25 that are pretty good. They're not going to be that good. They're going to give you a really thin single coat, as well as their glass is not going to be that good. So you're not going to buy really cheap, like $75 lens that's made by Quantaray, we'll say, because you know the quality of your shot is not going to be as pristine as it could be. So that's kind of how you want to look at a filter. You want to get a good quality filter, but again, you want to get the best bang for your buck. And this is why I like this company, Haida. And this is why I actually asked them to send me out, because I wanted to test out to find out if these guys were really as good as everyone said they were. I did a lot of searching on good filters and what they cost, because, like I said, I want to get into a more in-depth time lapse thing. So therefore, I needed ND filters to get some of the shots I needed. And so before I spent the money, I wanted to see who really had the best quality filters for the best bang for your buck. I read multiple articles, and Haida was the company that everyone said, you know, really gave you a good quality shot. It was good lens, good material with the multi-coat, and the best bang for your buck. So I actually sent them, you know, a message, and I said, hey, I'd love to review your filters. I'm going to give you an honest review, but would you guys send me these out to test out? And they did. I really appreciate it, guys, over at Haida. That was pretty awesome that you guys did that for me. Anyways, so back to kind of the review. So they sent them out to me, and I've gotten the chance to really test them out, and I have actually a really cheap filter that I bought for $10. It's called a Rocano, I believe. I might be saying that name wrong as well. Anyway, so I bought their filter. I did some tests, some different lighting situations, and I really found that the Haida gave really good quality compared to the Rono, as well as it just looked a little bit, the quality of the shot just looked a little bit better. You know, actually shooting something versus just not having the filter on in a bright day. Now, part 2 of this video, just kind of throw that out there right now, we'll kind of be going over some of the pictures I took and breaking down the quality differences, which is not massive, but it's enough that you know it matters. At least for me as a professional photographer, it does matter. So, so I've been really satisfied with the filters. So some really cool things about the filters. One, with these higher end filters, they are going to screw on the front of your lens a lot easier, so you don't have a chance of somehow scratching your lens when you're trying to put it on. Some of these crappier filters, it's really hard to do it, or you'll end up tearing the threads in your lens, so you can't put other filters on that lens. Is an issue that I've noticed. So this is, I believe, probably aluminum is what they're using, or maybe some form of steel to make their threads in their filter. That's kind of important to me. I want to be able to just screw it right on. Very simple with this company Haida, at least with this kit. Now, even being at the lower end of what cost for filters that are professional grade, they're still going to be really expensive. This 3 set is going to run you $170. Now, if you ordered from a company called Haida, I think they might even be an American company. They are going to run you $130 for the 1000X ND filter that's in this kit. $130 for one filter. If you were to order a whole set from that company, I'm guessing it would be in the upwards of $230 to $250. So you do the math, you can pay $170 or $250 and get the same quality, in my opinion. So that is, that's why I'm really happy with this company. Granted, I didn't have to pay for the filters, but I really am satisfied with what they had to offer far as the quality. If you get on Google and you do some research, you'll actually find that a lot of people, I'm not the only one that feels this way. There have been multiple blog posts that I read before I even sent the company a message. I didn't even know who they were until I started doing some research on filters. And a lot of people will tell you the same thing. At the very least, there's no difference. I would not say these filters are better than Haida, but I would not say they are worse either. They were pretty much even far as the quality difference, and that's from what I read in different blogs. I don't have any Haida filters, so I really don't know to test these. Like I said, I have that $10 single-coated, really crappy filter, and I put it up against that, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about that in part 2 of this. And I just, the quality is not as good, unfortunately. Plus the way that the filter goes on, it's a lot harder to get it onto your lens as well. It's just the quality of general, the filter feels so fragile compared to these. The other nice thing about these, and I'll pull it out right here, is they're thin. So a lot of these filters are going to be a lot thicker. I actually pop up a picture right now so you can see the difference, how much thinner this is than my $10 one. This thing is really thin, which is really nice to have a thin filter. So in conclusion, my take on these filters are they're worth the money. Again, they're still going to be a little bit pricier than what most people want to spend, but they're going to be one of the best bang for your bucks. If you also want to look at other decently priced filters, Tiffin does all right, but you got to be careful because Tiffin has like a lower end brand and a higher end brand, and if you get their lower end stuff, again, it's going to be like getting a cheap filter. So with these guys, you get the thin multi-coat, very easy to screw on, feels very, very good, solid glass from what I could tell. Again, it is a Chinese company, but I believe they're a bigger Chinese company, so you can actually find their filters probably in actual stores. So it's not like some Chinese company that only operates on the internet. They are in America, far as for resale. This is considered a respected brand, I believe. At least to me, it's definitely a respected brand. So very happy with them. I want to thank them again for sending this out. Couldn't have been happier with the quality here, and this thing has been great for my time-lapse photography and getting the shots that I need. So again, in part 2, as I said, we will go over kind of the differences, some of the pictures I took. As well, here at the end, I'll actually throw in a few videos that will show you some differences in size on some stuff, as well as I'll show you the process of actually screwing this on compared to the Rokano filter that I have that cost me $10. So anyways, you guys, please check me out at MediaUnlock.net is our website. We'll actually have a small write-up on this, if not a large write-up, so that will be a link will be down below as well. Links to purchasing these filters through Amazon will be down below as well, and everything you guys purchase through Amazon does actually help me out keeping this channel going. It is expensive sometimes. I don't always get lucky and get free stuff from companies, especially when I'm this happy with the quality that they brought to the table here. And then you can check us out on Facebook at David D Images and Twitter at Media Unlocked. Also great ways to keep up with what's going on. So I will catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys in part 2, which we'll add a link right up here right now. And when it's available, it'll be right here. Have a good one, guys. Catch you next time.